Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Welcome to Agudath Etz Ahayem Synagogue here in Montgomery, Alabama. Welcome to all you kids from New York City, from Park Avenue Synagogue. We had a group about 6 months ago from Park Avenue. It's great. Glad you're here. Shabbat Shalom is part of our congregation. And we are praying out of Siddur Lev Shalem. We will begin on page 10. Yedid nefesh avarach aman mishoch avdach eretzonach yarutz avdach kemo hayal yishtachaveh mul hadarach Ki yerav lo yedidutach mino fetzuf vechol ta'am adorna eziva olam nafshi cholat avatach anoelna Refanala beharodla noam zivach az titchazek vetitrape vehayatalach shivchat olam vatikemura chamecha Vechusna abeno havach ki ze kama nichsof nichsaf lirop tiferet ozach anoeli machmad libi chushana Ve'altit alam higalena afros chaviv alai etzukat shelomach ta'ir eretz mikvodach nagila v'nismecha bach Ma'ahuv kiva moed v'chaneini ki mei olam yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 yalla lai 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 la la lai 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 yalla lai 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 Yalla lai 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 Yalla lai 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 Yalla lai 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 Yalla lai 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 lai. We continue page 11, Psalm 95. Lechu neranena l'Adonai Nariya letzur yeshenu nikadma fanav betoda bizmirot Nariya alon ki el gadol Adonai melech. Arbaim shana akut bedor vaomar am toe levavim vehem lo yadu derachai asher nishpati v'api im yivon el menuchati שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בשרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא. אל כה אלוהים לי לי לי, כי כה אלוהי העמים אלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, הוד והדר לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו. הבו לאדוני משפחות עמים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו. שאו מנחה ובואו לחצרו, דב לילה השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, חילו מפניו כל הארץ. אמרום וגויים אדוני מלך, אבטיקום תבל בעל תימוד, ידין העמים במישרים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. העירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו לילה לי, אז ירננו כל הצייר לפני אדוני קיבה. קיבה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, וימים באמונתו. לילה לילה, יאללה לילה לילה, יאללה לילה 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 לילה, יאללה לילה, יאללה לילה לילה. Page 15, Psalm 97. Adonai malak togel haaretz, yismurim rabim. Shama vatismach Zion, vatagelna benod Yehuda, leman mishpatecha Adonai, ki ata Adonai elyon al kol haaretz, miod na'aleta al ko Elohim, ohavei Adonai sinura, shomer nafshot chasidav, miad reshaim yatzilem, or zarua latzadik, ul yisraelev simcha, simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vodu lezecher kodsho. Page 17. Mizmor shiru ladonai shir chadash, ki niflot asa hoshia lo yemino uzarawa kodsho adia Adonai Yeshuato. Le'ena goyim gilat sid kato, zachar chasto v'amunato, leveit Yisrael ha'u chalav se'aretz, et Yeshuat Eloheinu, horiu l'Adonai kol ha'aretz, bitzchum v'ranenu v'zameru, zamru l'Adonai bechinar, bechinar v'kol zimera, bechatzot rod v'kol shofar, hariu lifnei melech Adonai, yiram hayam u'maloho, tevel v'yoshveva, neharot yimcha uchaf, יחד הרים ירננו lefanenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'meisharim yalai lalai 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 yalai lalai lalai yalai lalai 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 yalai lalai 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 yalai lalai 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 yalai lalai 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 yalai lalai lalai page 19, Psalm 99. Adonai malach yichazamim yoshev keruvim tanu ta'aretz. Moshe v'Aaron b'chohanav u'Shmuel b'korei shemo korim el Adonai ve'o yanem bi'amud anan yidaber aleihem Shamru edotav v'chok natan lamo Adonai Eloheinu atanitam El nosei ayita lahem v'nokei malalilotam Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kadsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Please rise, page 21. Mizmor le-David, Havul Adonai ben Elim, Havul Adonai, Kavod vows, lai, Havul Adonai, Kivot Shemo, Ishtachavul Adonai, Behadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai alamayim mel kavod hirim Adonai amayim rabim Kol Adonai Bakoach lai Kol Adonai behadar Kol Adonai shover arazim Vaishaber Adonai et alzei alvanon Vayarkidem kimo egel levanom Vesiryon kemo ven re'emim lai Kol Adonai chotzav lavotesh Kol Adonai yachim midbar Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot Vayechesof Yarod uveichalo kolo amer kavod lai Adonai lamabul yashava yeshev Adonai melech le'olam Adonai oz liam oyitin Adonai yavarech et amo vashalom Yai lai Yai lai Yai lai. You may be seated. We continue on page 23. Lecha dodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha dodi likrat Kala p'nei Shabbat nikabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi'anu elam yuchad Adonai echad Ushamo echad L'shemu tiferet v'litila Lecha dodi likrat Kala p'nei Shabbat nikabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor haberacha Merosh mikedem nesucha סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך, דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבת בימי קבחה, והוא יחמו עלייך חמלה לך, דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, היד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה לך, דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, קיבה אורי קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תמי בך, יחסו אני עמי ונבנתה עיר אל תילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, והיו למשיסה שועסייך ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כי עמך חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי, היד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. You may be seated. מזמור שיר ליום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני. עליוס. צדיק תמר יפרח, כי ארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים, בבית אדוני bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim verananim yeyu lehagid ki yasher Adonai tzuri v'lo avlatabo, page 29. Adonai Mlakim. Mikolot Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishpereyam Adibamarum Adonai Adibamarum Adonai Edotecha Nemnu Meod Leveit Chanava Kodesh Adonai La'orech Yamim. Those observing Yartzeit and those who mourn in mourning, please rise, page 30, and join me for the Kaddish Tom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'yalma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yamechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalav izman kariv yimeru amen, yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'elam malmei al-maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitchumam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shmei d'kudisha barichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran b'yoma v'yimeru amen, yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen, oseh shalom b'mirmav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Again, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to everyone, both online and in person. Imagine one morning you and your family are awakened by shouts and screams. Then suddenly the police break into your house. They start breaking the china, destroying the furniture, and shattering windows while showing great satisfaction in their destruction. Then you and your family are told to get dressed and are taken to the police station for no apparent reason. On the way, you see your synagogue in flames and your neighbors throwing rocks at it. On November 9th, 1938, mobs burned synagogues, destroyed Jewish homes and businesses, vandalized Jewish hospitals, orphanages, and cemeteries, and dragged thousands of Jewish men, women, and children into the streets where they were beaten and humiliated. The Germans later called this night Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, because of the tons of shattered glass that scattered throughout German cities after it had taken place. The Jews began to call that date the beginning of the Holocaust because of the tremendous violence which started on that night and grew even more dreadful as time passed. 2 days earlier, on November 7th, 1938, the third secretary of the German embassy, yeah, that was a wasp, okay, I'll start again. On November 7th, 1938, the third secretary of the German embassy in Paris, Ernst von Rath, was murdered by Herschel Grinspan, a 17-year-old German Jewish refugee. Herschel wanted to avenge his parents' expulsion, together with 15,000 other Polish Jews from Germany's to Zaporizhzhia. The Nazis used the murder as an excuse to start mobs and riots that began the final solution, the extermination of the Jews. The German government attempted to disguise the violence of those 2 days as a spontaneous protest on the part of the Aryan population. But in reality, Kristallnacht was organized by the Nazi chiefs and their thugs with technical skill and precision. The Nazi chiefs commanded the Gestapo and the stormtroopers to incite mob riots throughout Germany and Austria. Kristallnacht marked the beginning of the plan to rob the Jews of their possessions for the benefit of the Reich, and then to sweep them forever from the German scene. Furthermore, thereafter, Jews had no place in the German economy, and no independent Jewish life was possible, with the dismissal of cultural and communal modes and the banning of the Jewish press. During the week after Kristallnacht, the Jewish telegraphic agency's Berlin Reporter called the night the worst outbreak of anti-Jewish violence in modern German history. During Kristallnacht, over 1,100 synagogues were destroyed, as well as 7,500 Jewish businesses and countless Jewish homes. Several hundred Jews were killed, and 30,000 were arrested and sent to the concentration camps of Sachsenhausen, Buchenwald, and Dachau, where thousands more died. One of my friends in Salt Lake City when I lived there, Justin Stern, told me of that night and how he was rounded up and sent to Dachau, a notorious concentration camp that I personally visited in 2005. His non-Jewish girlfriend at the time paid a handsome fee to get him released, and they both escaped Germany on the last train out. Mind you, this was a mere 10 months before the start of World War II. When I visited Berlin as well, I visited a shul called the Oranienburger Strasse Shul. The synagogue was a 3,000-seat place of gathering, study, and worship. Albert Einstein gave his last concert concerto before leaving Germany for the last time in 1933, a few months after Hitler was named chancellor. While I was there, I visited a museum where it was told that in excavation of the building in the last 15 years, it was discovered that the first female rabbi in history, Rabbinerin Regina Jonas, probably you never heard that name before, had private smicha, or ordination, and was allowed to teach there, but not preach. As Jews were rounded up for the camps, Rabbinerin Jonas was sent to Theresienstadt, where she ran a crisis intervention clinic with the famous author Viktor Frankl. Later, she was sent to Auschwitz and murdered. The reason I am bringing up this shul is that during the November pogrom, a Nazi mob broke into the synagogue, desecrated the Torah scrolls, smashed the furniture, piled up such contents as would burn in the synagogue interior, and set fire to them. Lieutenant Otto Belgart, the police officer of the local police precinct on duty that night, arrived on the scene in the early morning, and on the early morning of 10 November, and ordered the arsonists to disperse. He said the building was a protected historical landmark and drew his pistol, declaring that he would uphold the law requiring its protection. This allowed the fire brigade to enter and extinguish the fire before it could spread to the fabric of the building, and the synagogue was saved from destruction. This was the only synagogue in Germany that was saved. Today, you can visit this famous synagogue and attend Friday night services there. I led a service during my visit, and was told Shlomo Carlebach's father attended that shul. Not really sure if that's true. As we commemorate this horrific event in Jewish and world history, we cannot forget the abject cruelty perpetrated on our people. We cannot forget the countless lives taken and the evil nature of the German people toward a religious minority that had lived in Germany for at least 1,000 years. But we also cannot forget the kindness shown on us by those few Germans who stood up to the tyranny and showed their humanity in the face of fierce condemnation for their protection of a people that loved Germany and wanted nothing but to live in peace and love with their non-Jewish neighbors. Yes, there were other Germans who stood up to the Nazis, like the students of the White Rose, the women of Rosenstrasse, and those that tried to eliminate Hitler in Project Valkyrie. But they were too few and too late. You can Google all those. How would we stand up when a minority is castigated? How would we stand up when a minority is castigated and discriminated in our midst? It is happening today on our nation's premier universities, where Jewish students are threatened with bodily harm and death by those that support this evil group intent on murdering every Jew in Israel. That is the charter of Hamas, to rid Jews from the river to the sea. And the students in our universities are praising Hamas and blaming American Jewish students with genocide of the Palestinian people in Israel of apartheid. We cannot let this keep happening. We must speak out by educating those that rise too quickly to support a group they know nothing about. I cannot tell you how many calls I have received to educate them as to what is happening and why. Needless to say, it is a long and complicated answer, but tells a story that needs to be heard and listened to. So please educate yourself in the real history of how we got to here and make sure you, Jew and non-Jew, know this history. I hope that peace will reign in Israel and in Palestinian cities after Hamas is eradicated from this planet. At least I can hope and pray. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue our service with Ma'ariv. Please rise, page 39a, for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam v'oed. You may be seated. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaru. Umahavir yom umevi laila mavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzavaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamidim lo choleinu lam voed baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amchavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta al kain Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu uvekumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha leolam voed ki hem chayenu V'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla v'yavetach tasir mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanatam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtacha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shachbecha v'kumecha ukshartam niot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot beinecha uchtabdam nam zuzot beitecha uvisharecha v'haya im shamot tishma'u el mitzvotai. Kimei Hashemai Ma'aretz. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'amarta lehem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanfei v'gdehem ledoratam v'natnu al tzitzit hakana petiol techele v'haya lachem letzitzit oritem oto uschartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam V'lo tatu racharei levavachem v'yacharei nechem asher tamzonim achareihem leman dizgaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kadoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etachem me'eretz Mitzrayim leot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet, page 43a. The Emunah Kozot V'Kayam. Hamahavir bana ben Gizrei Yamsuf et rodvein v'yetzonehem b'hitomotiba v'rovanav gevurato shipchu v'hodu lishmo u'malchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe Miriam u'vnei Yisrael l'chanu shira Besimcha rabba v'yameru chulam mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedor b'kodesh norati lo tosef ele malachut u'v'nercha B'hokei yam lifnei Moshe Zei li'anu v'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar ki v'Adonai et Yaakov u'galod miot chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai ka'al Yisrael. Page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. Ushmotzeitenu vein l'chaim ushlamiyatav yirolam v'osalinu skat shlomecha baruch atah Adonai hapochet sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. We rise for Vishamru, page 46. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ביומא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתחומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל בשמי דקדושה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן ביומה ואמרו amen. The silent Amidah, pages 47 through 52. When you have finished, you may be seated. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Page 53. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi mikol melachto asher asa vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i Vayikadesh oto, kivo shavat mikol melachto, kivo shavat mikol melachto, asher bara Elohim la'asot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Ho'el Agadol Gibor Vanu Ra, Elyon Kunei Shamayim Va'aretz, Magen Avot Bidvaro, Mechaye Metim B'mamaro, Ho'el HaKadosh Ein Kamohu, Hameniach Li'amho, B'yom Shabbat Kodsho, Kivam ratza le'aniach lahem, Kivam ratza le'aniach lahem, Lefanav na'avod bi'irav ha'fachad, V'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid, Me'ed ha'berachot, El ha'oda'ot, Adon ha'shalom, Mikadesh HaShabbat, Umvarech Shavihi, Umeniach Bikdusha, Liam Bikdush Neoneg, Zecher, Lemase Vereshit. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu, Ritzei v'menuchatenu, Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha, V'tein chelkenu b'toratecha, Sahabenu mituvecha, V'samchenu b'shuatecha, V'tahei libein levdecha b'emet, V'yanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'ahava uvratzon, Shabbat kodeshecha, V'yanuchu v'Yisrael mikadeshei shemecha, Baruch ata Adonai mikadesh HaShabbat. Yitkadav yitkadash shemeh rabba b'yom hadivrach yirutei v'yamlech malchutei b'chayichon v'yamechon v'chaydechol beit Yisrael b'agalav izman kariv imaru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam ne'ol me'ol maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha b'richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yoma v'imaru amen. Titkabel tzlotun v'tran d'chol Yisra kadamu v'nivishma v'imaru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemai v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. We rise as the ark is open for Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'tei kedula l'yotzeh bereshit shalom asan k'goyeh haratzot v'lo samanu k'mishmachot hadama shalom sam chelkeinu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשה יקרא בשמיים עמה, ושכינתי זו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אינו, אמת מלכנו ארץ זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשיבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים עמה, והארץ מתחת, אין עוד אלוקים. Almost done. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. You may be seated. This week we will observe yard sites for Judith Batt, Ida Barinhout, Ida Galinsky, Alex Galinsky, William Klein, Rita Cohen, Hildegard Hess, Jack Porter, Sylvan Sachs, David A. Galanti, Mary Ethel Goldenberg, Ralph Hannon, Robert Lieberman, Sarah Safer, David Capilouto, Phyllis Franco, Molly Hirschman, Hilliard Aronov, William Lubell, Michael Isaac Israel, and Solomon N. Varon. When we send out our yard site letters, I ask anyone who's observing a yard site to please send in a paragraph or two about your loved one. This came in from Lorraine Lieberman for her husband, Robert. Robert Lieberman was a brilliant, kind, and gentle man. He was a devoted son and took very good care of his parents. He was a devoted husband and wonderful to his 3 children. Being with him was a learning experience. He is missed every day. Lorraine, Bruce, Suzanne, and Steve. And I just want to make one comment. Bob Lieberman, in World War II, was one of those that liberated Dachau. So he is one of the liberators. And I've talked to him about that many times when he was here. Those observing yard site and those who mourn, please rise, page 58, and join me for the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei rabba, v'yalma divra chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'mechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kari v'yimaru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'elam olmei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitchomam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudusha barichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran v'yoma v'yimaru amen yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimaru amen oseh shalom b'imramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael V'imaru, amen. You may be seated. So before we finish with Adon Olam, I want to read one prayer because it is Veterans Day tomorrow. When the last soldier passes on, when armies are disbanded and militias discharged, when weapons are abandoned and armor discarded, your mission will at last be over. For you know the soldier's secret. Yours was not a mission of war, nor a mission of ruin. Yours was not a mission of destruction, nor a mission of death. Your mission was safety, security, and protection. Your mission was honor, loyalty, service. Your mission was to end violence, tyranny, despair. When the last soldier passes on, when the uniforms are retired and the final grave filled, we will remember all who served and sacrificed for our nation. Until then, God of old, watch over our soldiers and our veterans, renew their courage, rebuild their strength, heal their wounds, bind their hearts with your steadfast love, remember them, bless them, sustain them, and give them peace. Amen. So I want to say Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to everyone, our regulars, and of course, welcome to all you students from Park Avenue Synagogue in New York. Again, we had a group from Park Avenue that visited about 6 months ago, I think. And I think the very next week, when three of them got up and actually mentioned their visit here to Agudath Israel. I thought that was really great. We will continue services tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. And tomorrow evening, the Alabama Community Virtual Havdalah will meet via Zoom at 7 p.m. A group that has met for Havdalah since May of 2020, weekly. We have Jews from all over Alabama and actually all over the country. So it's great. There is religious school this Sunday at Temple Beth Or at 9:30 a.m. What am I missing? Let's see. I don't know what I'm missing. There is Introduction Judaism class this Monday at 6 p.m. And we have Monday and Thursday minions at 7:15 a.m. with breakfast following. I know I forgot something. Okay, we're going to end with my favorite tune to Adon Olam, page 211. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh betifara Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol tzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol tzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh V'hu yeh betifara, v'hu echad, v'yein sheni, l'hamshilo, l'achbira, beli reshit, beli tachlit, v'lo oz, v'hamisra. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh V'hu yeh betifara, v'hu eli, v'chai goali, v'tzur chevli, b'yetz hara, v'hu nisi, umanos li, menat kosi, Minat kosi biyom ekra. Adon olam asher malach terem kol yitzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol zay melech shemon nekra v'yacharei kichol levado yemloch nora v'uayavu oveh. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol zay melech shemon nekra v'yacharei kichol levado yemloch nora v'uayavu oveh. V'uyeh betifara Biado Avkid Ruchi Bietishan Viaira Vimruchi Geviati Adonali Velo Ira Adonolam Asher Malach Terem kol yitzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol zay melech shemon nekra v'yacharei kichlot kol levado yemloch nora v'uayav oveh. Adon olam asher melech b'terem kol yitzir nivra liyet nasa v'chefso kol zay melech shemon nekra v'yacharei kichlot kol levado yemloch nora v'uayav oveh. V'yeh betifara. Shabbat shalom.